Go ahead, bro.
All right. Well, welcome guys. It's been a minute. It's been a minute for Dex too. Dex, you want to introduce yourself for the newer people?
What's going on? My name is Pablo. People call me Drex, but I'm currently in the military. I've been in the military 22 years. The reason why we haven't really been consistent with this podcast is because I found out in October I was going to get stationed in Hawaii, so I had to do a lot of moving around to make sure my transfer was complete. Currently, I'm in Pensacola for school for 45 days. So, and then after my 45 days, take a little R&R and then visit family. And then I should be in Hawaii in middle of March. And then
Yeah,
would be able to do this consistently on a, I'm saying, week to week basis and all that stuff. So that's why we haven't been around for like a month or two. And plus the holidays, people visiting, holidays, the family and all that stuff. So yeah.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, I definitely miss this. I mean, you as you guys know, like from my podcast and everything too. These podcasts not just like have a talk with like Drex, like about all this new stuff. It's kind of helps me with like my understanding of stuff too, and the differences and stuff, and like we can really dig into these topics, just to not just educate our audience. We just I educate myself when I talk to Drex too. So man's got wisdom. Yeah, with I mean, on top of that, I mean, this year we are focusing very much on our growth and different aspects of our life. We wanna really step it up this year. Personal point of view too, with my like the company stuff I'm doing. And then with the help of Drex, we are doing this podcast stuff, and we really want to dig in and
Mhm.
understand how much positive impact we can make in people's life every day. If we have to put an extra hour, we'll do that. For a better topics and better educational stuff. So yeah, today's topic is a little interesting. You know, I mean, before I actually get into it, I do want to touch base a little bit on and tell people that are listening, new people, that how we're gonna be scheduling these podcasts. Drex and I talked about it like yesterday, and we really gotta dig into it, like because we want to make it consistent. We want our people to know how these things are gonna come out, and no surprises there. We want to have a schedule, and we both are on the same page in that. And all right, so I think for both of us, in terms of like our busy lives and stuff, and still keeping up with this kind of stuff, I think Sunday works the best for us. And our personally, we would be releasing this podcast every Sundays. You would be still seeing like a little shorts throughout the week, but the full podcast and full talk is going to be every Sunday, 6 Central Time. And that's gonna be every Sunday, unless something happens. We'll give you guys a heads up, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna try to be consistent with this, trying to really grow our audience. Starting today, honestly, starting fresh, New Year's. Jax, you want to put a little bit in there?
Yeah, so basically we, what I'm saying, like he's um Malik is starting his new company and I'm actually heading to Hawaii. So it's something new for both of us. And also my this could be my last couple years in the military. So I'm just preparing to see what, I'm gonna be doing afterwards. It may not be this, but I'm just trying different things out. You never know what could, you know, this podcast could lead up to something,
Yeah,
opportunities, you know what I'm saying? So like this is kind of, I was really skeptical about it because I'm not a really, outgoing person, but I believe this would get me out of my comfort zone. And then hopefully, what I'm saying, little by little, I, get better in talking or, meeting people, what I'm saying? So that's one of the main things that we're doing it for personal growth,
yeah,
and hopefully, we can meet people along the way and do some networking or, what I'm saying, just get to know people and make it a positive impact on people's lives. So that's like, obviously we don't know everything, but we're just going off based off our experience and life, and you know, obviously we're not doctors, so we're not going to be able to do certain things or explain certain things. So we're just going with the flow and see what this leads to. So
Absolutely. Just to add on to that, personally, I mean, I don't want to sound like, I'm just a fanboy or something, but with Drex, I mean, I've known him for, since high school and everything, and when I heard like, he was, just, getting out of the military and everything, and I know like with all the experiences that he has, people, he helped me a lot, so and always open to like talking and trying to kind of sharing his experience, like a raw version of it, not to like put any coding on it, nothing like that, just straight up like this needs to be done, or like this has to be done, or you got to do this. So that's the reason I'm like, what, it's if I got helped out of it, but I want to see what other people could benefit out of him too, so and yeah, so we'll get into the podcast now. Our topic for today is a little interesting. It's about education, the differences of education from how it used to be to now. Like a lot of things have changed over the just couple of years. If you look at it, since COVID times, the whole transition into flex learning or online learning is a new thing. It wasn't really a big thing, and COVID really taught us like there's another side of like learning, and on your own convenience. So I just want to, what you think, Drex? You want to little talk about like difference a little bit from me. Tell me a little bit about how it used to be. When you thought about school, what was the first thing came to your head?
like I went to elementary school in the 80s and 90s. So it was definitely kind of different. So check this out. I wasn't brought up in the right, educated family. So when I was younger, I actually got held back twice. I got held back in kindergarten at first. I guess I
Yeah.
failed nap time. I failed nap time. So I don't know what happened. So the reason why, honestly, the reason why is because when my parents, they were
Yeah.
going through separation and all that stuff. And you know, I guess I missed a lot of school, but I used to tell people, I used to lie to them, like, yeah, the reason why I got left back is because freaking I didn't know how to speak English. That's a lie. I don't even know how to speak Spanish. So so I went to school in New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? So then at my first grade, I transferred to another school. Um, and then I got held back there because I transferred during the middle of the school, so and plus it was more advanced than what I was used to. And then I went to summer school, and I didn't complete the requirements for summer school, and it was a lot of different times because um we didn't have we didn't have Google, we didn't have social media, we had the encyclopedias, what I'm
Oh
saying,
yeah.
to look up the
Oh yeah.
research and all that stuff. So we have AIs like they do right now and all that stuff. So it was I think for me, like, like the experience was more important because my when I moved to this it's called Prospect Park, the city that I grew up in. Um, the school was from kindergarten to eighth grade. There was no
Mm,
junior high. There was no nothing, right? And we all grew up all together, and we graduated eighth grade. Some of them, went their separate ways in high school, but most of us went to this high school called Manchester. But I think the best thing about it was growing up and just hanging out with those kids, like all through your child life and all that stuff. And um but the school system is just like it's kind of it's like hard to you know from what it was and what it is now is totally different. You know what I'm saying?
oh
Like
yeah.
because now it's like people don't take school seriously. Back then, it's like, hey, you got to get your education. you got to graduate high school and then go to college so you can get a job. Now it's like, bro, like some the workforce don't even care if you have a bachelor's or not. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like that's one of the things. Before it used to be, hey, you know what I'm saying? In order to get a good job, you got to get a bachelor's degree. But now that I'm realizing people get their degrees and they're not even working in the field that they got the
Yeah.
degree in. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, I think, like, you know, if it, I think college is for something like if you want to graduate college, is like a trade or something specific like a doctor, pilot. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of jobs that you really need a college degree because you know I don't. Sometimes people don't take school as serious, and then you get in this debt, and then you're trying to pay this debt from what I'm saying, student
Yeah.
loans or not. So I don't,
I'm there.
it's you know what I'm saying. So like it's hard nowadays, and I think they're trying to get people to go to school because they're so in debt right now because nobody wants to go. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's just my take on it. Like I'm not saying school is not good, but it seems like you're not going to be rich by going to school and getting just a degree. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
It's like you got to do like a side hustle or, you know, have your own business because it's not designed for you to, be rich. It's just designed to like freaking get a regular job and then, 9 to 5 and that's it.
That's true. I mean, yeah, you did touch on a lot of big topics. Student loan, uh value of the degree now with the bachelor's, and then 9 to 5. Those are three big topics. Like personally, I go through, being in this job market right now and graduated like last year or something. These are the big things that I actually go through every day, with the student loans and bachelor's degree doesn't have that much value, as you
Yeah.
said. I mean, a lot of companies actually like taking out that requirement to have a bachelor's now. Now you
Yeah.
have a master's, that's a new bachelor's, you know
Yeah.
and then with the master's too, you need the experience and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's the reason I'm planning on going back to school for getting my master's done.
Right.
Is bachelor's, nothing. And
Hmm.
if you're going to keep growing your business stuff, having a good education does help, with technical aspects and networking side of things. That's the big thing now. I think school is more of a network place. You get to see your alumni and stuff and try to hope you can get something out of it. Other than that, I think when it comes to educational stuff, I think certifications are better, and hands-on experience is better nowadays, I think.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's just like it's definitely I believe it's harder nowadays because you're not even learning anything nowadays because they use their internet, they use Google, they use AI. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was talking to my friend and she was saying that like her daughter goes to college up in California somewhere. I think it's Long Beach, California, and she was saying that everybody uses the AI to you know to
Oh yeah.
freaking you know what I'm saying. So like it's not. What are you doing? You're just getting yourself in debt if you're just doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I believe it's definitely harder now because you're not learning anything because you just got you got this, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all in the you can find out all the information that you need in this phone.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things. It's just like who needs to learn math when you could do you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do math by working at Target or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you got everything there for you to help you out. So
So what
like
would you say what would you say one thing that needs to be changed for our generation to kind of like catch up on the same morals of like learning,
wow,
educate?
I believe like they need to take out the subjects that doesn't help you with real life situations. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
you know, you know, most are like freaking social studies, geography. You're just learning stuff. You're just learning, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it's good to know about you know, freaking your ancestries, your all that stuff. Yeah, you need to, but what is that gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna freaking get you a better job? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you take the test on that, all is that is you're memorizing stuff. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But what is it helping you out through life? You know what I'm saying? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense. The change of syllabus,
Hmm.
more like practical stuff, financial stuff. I mean, accounting. I don't even think in high school they even teach accounting or anything
Hmm.
like taxes. How do you do taxes?
Hmm.
Stuff like that. I feel like that needs to be done. You don't have to take like 60 credits of G. Just social science and stuff. Well, yeah, social science is important, but knowing how to do taxes is important too. How to save, stuff like that.
Right, right.
But I think that needs to be changed big time.
Yeah, so like you just need a different, like you said, a different syllabus, you know what I'm saying? And what's gonna help out the student in the long run. You're not gonna, you know, like a spelling bee. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of the spelling bee? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I get it, I understand. It gives you confidence and all that stuff, but there's other things that's gonna set you up for life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they just do it because their parents feel like it's the best thing to do and it's old fashioned, you know. So it's one of those things. Do I it could be important, but nowadays it seems like it's not important, you know,
yeah,
because I'm hearing like some schools are in debt because nobody wants to go to school anymore.
yeah,
Everybody wants to be a influencer, you know what I'm saying? They want to make money, you know what I'm saying? Which is not a bad thing, but they're not attracting the schools are not attracting, students because they don't have anything to offer, you know.
that's true. So, what would you say in that terms, like, um, parents, teacher, like, relationship and stuff? Do you think, um, there has been a trend where, like, parents are kind of blaming the teachers for not, you know,
Yes.
um, what do you think about that? Do you think it's like it is a thing?
I think it is a thing because they feel like their kids will never do wrong, but at the same time, like the teachers are there with your kid 8 hours a day,
Yeah,
so like, that's a lot of pressure on a teacher. So and to have parents, you know, freaking go on their kid's side because they think their
yeah,
kid is an angel, you know what I'm saying, even though they're not, because like when you have your friends there, they're a bunch of influence, they influence you to do bad things. So but you know what I'm saying, they always believe what their kids say,
yeah,
so that's the hard thing. I feel bad for teachers because no matter what, they feel like it's a lose-lose situation sometimes because your kid is not paying attention. Your kid is, once he gets scolded, the kid goes back to the parents, and the parents will be like, "Oh, let me talk to the teacher and see what's up," and they'll go with what the kid said instead of what the
yeah,
teacher said. But I'm not
yeah,
saying that's in most cases because some teachers are there to just to get a paycheck. So it varies. There's different situations, scenarios that goes on. You know what I'm saying? There's people that do care and there's people that don't care. So, you know,
yeah.
they want to get a paycheck and then some people do want to make an impact on their kids' lives.
That makes sense. Yeah, I have this quick video to show real quick. One sec. This is kind of like what we were talking about. I was able to kind of find it.
Oh, nice. So so like that's the old school and then you can do the new school, right?
Yeah, so that's like,
Okay.
you got it. So the moral for this one, the old one was that, you got to improve for the kid, for the kid. the parent is telling the kid to, like, you have to improve and this is your last warning and stuff. But nowadays, you know, it would turn out to be, same thing, low score on the subject, but instead of telling the
Hmm.
son, they go straight to the teacher.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And they are telling the teacher, like, this is your last warning.
yeah.
Uh,
And that's why you get a lot of teachers that quit,
yeah.
because you know what I'm saying, they're not getting paid enough to, deal with the parents, because it's not just because I got a friend, I got a couple of friends, they're teachers, and they're telling me like they're there with the kids all day, right? They get a salary, but they take their work home too. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? They gotta grade the test. They gotta make sure everything's good. They got a lesson plan. And sometimes it's hard, you know what I'm saying? And and they're getting paid jack for it, and
Oh yeah.
they're stressed out. So that's why they pick new careers, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to stay, especially if you're like in an urban area where you got bad kids all the time because the parents are not around, or so it's definitely tough on the teachers nowadays, because everybody wants to be cool and they want to post stuff on the internet. Like, let's see what we can make this prank on the teacher. And you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that's what I see on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then once the teacher, retaliates back, the teacher is the bad guy. But you get this kid that's egging the teacher on. You know what I'm saying? Keep on messing with the teacher, but once the teacher acts upon it, the teacher's the bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Were you guys, just out of curiosity, when you were in there, were the teachers able to hit you guys? Like, was it fine?
No, no. So I had this one incident. Like, I was in first grade, and I was in summer school, and
Yeah.
I was leaning my feet was like, the desk or like that, and they had like little thing that you could just lean on, and I had the teacher just kick me off, like kick off my chair. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing because I
Yeah.
was a little kid. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I never really got like slapped or anything. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, um, but you know, like just imagine if that happened now, the teacher would be freaking suspended or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that. You know
Maybe
what I'm
the
saying?
jail at this point, honestly.
Yeah. So, but I never really seen something bad like that growing up. That's
Yeah.
something probably like in the 70s or 60s, you know what I'm saying, when you get a ruler, bam.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what's up. No, but so what would you say, like, biggest change so far in terms of like everything? If you have to look back at it and be like, now,
I think the internet is a big thing. The internet is a big
okay.
thing. And then people just don't care about it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
It's not looked at like, oh, you got the degree, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it was back in the day. It's like, oh, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's not a big deal. Oh, people get their bachelor law, it's not a big deal. What are you gonna do with that degree? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be working at some, minimum wage job just because you got your degree in something that you're not even going to work for. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the only thing that sucks about it, because I believe if, obviously some jobs do require you to, have degrees and all that stuff, but how is that helping you get the job that you want to do,
Yeah.
as- instead of the job that you freaking hate? Like a lot of people look like, I hate, I hate my job.
Yeah.
I got a degree for what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
That
it's a
makes
piece of
sense.
paper. It's a piece of paper, yes, but you know, like I believe, what I'm saying, if you don't have like clear thing, what I'm saying, to go to school for, pick up a trade vocation, what I'm saying, that'll actually help you get a good job.
Yeah.
You know, you know, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I think trade is the big thing, I think, at this point. Not too much schooling, but just to make money, no debt.
Yeah.
Plumbers are making like over 100,000, like electricians,
Hmm.
like These are some hardcore white collar jobs,
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely, you know what I'm saying? If that's something you want to do, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste your degree. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to school for a job that, I mean, for a degree that you're not even gonna use
Yeah,
it.
like theology or like political science, communication. Why do you need a degree in communication? Like,
Yeah,
go to
but
conferences.
yeah, communication. Yeah, I can see where that's going, but some people would feel like they need a degree in communications. I don't know, but
Yeah, that's
you
like
know,
60 grand for a communication degree. I mean, the return on that degree is not that much.
yeah,
That's the thing. You gotta see your return, at the end of the day. I mean, you're going for
yeah,
something like science related, yeah, then you have a pretty good chance of making high number, but a computer science, I mean, computer science is a good degree, but nowadays, not even computer science can help you.
yeah, yeah. So it's definitely one of those things that it definitely has to change because like you're not gonna get something out of social studies or you know science unless you're gonna be like a
Yeah.
bio engineer or whatever
Oh yeah.
scientist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most of the stuff is like I said before, it's mostly they teach you something, you gotta remember it, and it's on the test. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Pretty
So
much.
that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be a good person and all that stuff, but you can't remember stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
Shit.
I didn't remember a lot of stuff. I didn't study that well,
Mhm.
but I think I joined the military because I didn't have a plan. I didn't have guidance. I didn't have, what I'm saying, all that stuff. So luckily I joined the military and, kind of I stayed in it because I didn't have a solid plan. I'm not saying that's everybody's thing, but it worked for me.
Yeah.
And so because I talked to my friends and they're like, man, you know what I'm saying? Because they know I hated school. My friends, I know I hated school. I wasn't gonna go to school, and it wasn't because I know some people that got the degrees and working at not a good job. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not gonna waste my time if I don't know what I actually want to do.
Yeah.
And I do 20 years. I get a pension. You know what I'm saying, for the rest of my life. Then I could do something else. So
Exactly. That's big. That's big.
right,
And then healthcare and everything on top. You don't have to worry about it.
right, right.
That's people spend so much, with working these 9 to 5 jobs and retiring at 65, all of that. So yeah, you're in a pretty good state right now.
Yeah.
So out of this whole conversation, if you wanted to give someone like listening to you right now, one advice in like a one sentence, what would you say? Like just kind of like bottle down one sentence advice.
About
But
education.
the whole thing, like if somebody's going to college, someone is planning on going to college, or they're trying to figure out, what they should do next year, or like they graduating high school, or
Okay.
planning on getting into military, like,
Yeah.
just in our next step.
And so the best thing I could do is the best thing I could say, the best advice is find a mentor. Find a mentor that's something that you think you want to do, and then see how that person got successful. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
um, sometimes we're not self-made, and it's not gonna happen. Because I believe we all need somebody to guide us through. You know what I'm saying? There's those rare occasions where, this guy made it on his own, this female made it on her own. But I believe if you have no guidance, find somebody, who actually is successful and then have them guide you or ask to be a mentor, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure people would love to help people get to where they
Yeah.
want to be. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta trust that person. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
um, if you don't have direction, you're gonna be all over the place. I'm speaking from experience because I didn't have direction, and I'm still trying to figure it out now. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to, and that's why I go to you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing things that I can see myself doing, and I'm like, yo, maybe I could get some
Yeah.
help from you. You know what I'm saying? So like, because I'm not into technology like you are and all that stuff. So yeah, the best advice is find somebody that would help, you know what I'm saying, or give you some tips here and there, and maybe, he or she be your mentor. That way you could have some sort of plan. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense, yeah. So find a mentor.
Find a mentor. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a great advice. Definitely. It helped me too. All right. All right, Drex. Thank you so much again. A great conversation like always.
Yeah.
So we'll just for the people listening, this will drop today, Sunday at 6/1/21/2024. And yeah, we'll see you guys next Sunday with the new topic. All right.
Hey.
See you guys.